Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In today's video we're going to talk about some SNES ROM hacks, in particular fast ROM hacks that make improvements on SNES games that suffered from slowdowns. Now all the footage here has been captured on the Analogue Pocket, and that works really well on the MiSTer as well. And if you've got your SNES kicking about with a flash car, well then you can put these ROMs on there as well, and the slowdown that some SNES games suffered from, you won't get that anymore. Let's start off by looking at an example of a game running normally and then running with a fast ROM hack. We are going to use the game Exhausty as an example. Now when you start the game, especially when you start a race in Grand Prix mode, there are so many vehicles on the screen, and with so many vehicles on the screen the game just really slows down. Now when you're the only vehicle on screen, it's a little bit better. It doesn't really suffer from slowdown, maybe the odd one here or there, but when there are multiple vehicles on the screen, the more vehicles, the more slowdowns that you get. So this is the vanilla version running. Now let's go and have a look at this patched as a FastROM and see what the improvement is. Okay, so now we are running the FastROM version of the game, the hacked game, a ROM hack, the FastROM hack, and you can see straight away it's just so much faster. And honestly, for a racing game, it just feels so much better. There's a few other games that I tested and had a look at, but some of them don't. It's difficult to see them on video. It's something you kind of more have to feel, but on this game it is just so apparent from the word go. And honestly, this game is so much more enjoyable when you patch it using a FastROM ROM hack. Project FastROM was something started by revered. Hopefully I got that name right, but this person is a legend within the ROM hacking and the hacking scene in general, especially for the SNES. Having a look at their GitHub and the description of Project FastROM, it says Project FastROM aims into optimizing the SNES games originally designed to run under slowROM, which is at 2.68 megahertz, to FastROM, which is 3.58 megahertz. FastROM allows the SNES CPU read data and opcodes from the ROM 33.58% faster compared to slowROM. Depending on the game, FastROM will make the game run about 10 to 33% faster compared to the original slowROM version. This depends on how frequent the game accesses the ROM chip, since the other components such as WRAM at 2.68 MHz, PPU at 3.58 MHz, DMA at 268 MHz, and SRAM at 268 MHz will stay at the same speed. The patches also feature high reliability since they're written within internal checkings to ensure the number of errors are minimal. Therefore, Project FastROM can be used with low probability of game crashes compared to SA1 routes. Although FastROM helps making games run faster, there is no warrant that 100% of the slowdown is eliminated. Auxiliary patches or enhancement chips such as SA1 might be needed to eliminate any remaining slowdown traces. So they've done a whole bunch of games, like there's a whole list on there. I've put like a whole lot on the Analogue Pocket, but as the days go past, more and more keep getting released. The person that originally started this was revered, but now Kandowontu has taken over the reins, and he's pretty much always producing FastROM patches. He's going through the library indiscriminately. You know what I said? He makes patches indiscriminately. Well, Kando makes patches for even games that no one likes out there. Double Dragon 5, this was one of the worst beat 'em ups ever made. In fact, I've covered this on the channel under No Good, Bad and Ugly, which looks at nothing but bad games. But either way, I just love it. I love the fact that good games are getting the love and the bad games are getting the love. And honestly, Kando works at such a fast and great speed. Like, as soon as I check Twitter, bang, there's another game converted over to FastROM. The list is massive. There are so many good games on there, and honestly I've been enjoying some. Like, I've got a video that's scheduled to release way after this as a week, as a game recommendation of the week, and it is one of the later parodious games. And honestly, the FastROM of it plays so fantastic while shooting a video. Sometimes I shoot like a game for like 20 minutes, half an hour, 5 minutes, depending on how much footage I need. I ended up nearly completing the game. I was enjoying myself so much. I just wanted to have a look at some of the games in the list. As you can see, the list is quite big. I've got quite a bunch of games on here. I did go through quite a number of games when going through this video. Even though I didn't use the footage for all of them, I ended up just playing it and having a blast with the SNES because I like the SNES. Out of all the games I tried, the only game that gave me an issue was Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2. But that might have just been a thing for the Analogue Pocket. I didn't try it on the MiSTer. It'll probably work on the MiSTer. I haven't tried it on an original SNES because I don't have an original SNES. But that's the only one that gave me an issue. I'm going to look into it to see if I can get it working. I will ask Kando as well, if Kando has an Analogue Pocket, if he can test it out. Not sure what the issue is, but guys, honestly, it's fantastic. So guys, I will always recommend using the FastROM version of the game if you've never played the game before. If it's the first time you're playing it, use the FastROM version. Don't use the slow one. The only reason I would say use a slow one is if you played the game growing up and you want a recreation of that time, then maybe not having the slowdown won't settle right in your head. I know there's certain games out there that I love the slowdown in those games. There's some games where I actually prefer the slowdown being removed. And a good example of that is Double Dragon, the arcade game. Even though I played that a lot in the arcades, I played it on the Atari ST, on the Amiga, on different formats across the years, but the arcade version was always a special version for me. But the slowdown was really, really bad, and when Hotego removed the slowdown, I prefer playing it without that slowdown for sure, 1000%. But if there's a particular game out there that you played as a kid, maybe you want the original version, but if you're new to the SNES, then try the FastROMs. The FastROMs are awesome. They work. They play really, really well. I can't recommend them enough. And there's a whole list of games there for you guys to try. So big shout out to Kandowontu and Vita Valela. Really like your work, guys. I'm always keeping an eye on it, and it's just always nice getting these surprises of new FastROMs being added. But that's really it, guys. I just wanted to kind of bring attention to the hard work these guys are doing and the frequency of which they're providing all these FastROM hacks at. It's amazing. It's a great time to be alive. Now you can play these anywhere. I'm not sure how good they work on RetroArch, or whether like an emulator, a software emulator like RetroArch or anything else actually removes this. I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of talking about these from an original hardware and an FPGA perspective. On the Analogue Pocket, they just play really, really nicely. They play really, really well, as well as the MiSTer. Now I haven't tried too many on the MiSTer. I've only just tried a couple, but they work, and they work well. I don't have a SNES and a flash car. If I did, this is what I would be playing, at least for some of the games. So that's really it, guys. All the links you need will be in the description of the video. Do check them out. And yeah, that's really it. If you like this kind of content, subscription, I like all that good stuff, is super appreciated. I'll see you guys around in the next video. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.